Okay, so I'm going to be working the K-Test 1.2 review that we're going to take on Friday the 20th. So if you're in my class, that's tomorrow. Okay, so number one, what is the length between the given points 4, 3, and -2, -5? So anytime you're wanting to find a length between 2 points, you want to use the distance formula, and you will be given this formula on your test. So what the distance formula says is that we take the square root of our x's subtracted squared and our y's subtracted squared. Okay, so when you type this into the calculator, bring my calculator over here, okay, you are going to press second x squared to open up your square root, open the parentheses, okay? So our x values in this problem are 4 and -2. So I'm going to do -2 minus 4 squared plus our y values, which are 3 and -5. So -5 minus 3 squared. When you type this into the calculator, it needs to look exactly like this, taking these coordinates and plugging them into the formula. Okay? Okay. Notice, when I type this in, this line is going across the entire thing. That's very important because you need to be taking the square root of all of this stuff, not just part of it. And that gives us 10. Okay? Just to show you real quick, because I've already seen some students this past week that have had things like this happen. Okay? Look, my square root isn't going over the whole thing. This is a problem. Don't do this. No. Okay? And we can't even get the right answer. Okay? Alright. Okay, so number 2. This one wants us to find the midpoint of the given points 9, -2, and 6, 5. So for this problem, we can use midpoint formula. Okay, so I'm going to say M for midpoint, and the formula says that we add our x values and divide by 2, and we add our y values and divide by 2. That's a 2 right there. Okay, so my x's are 9 and 6. So I'm going to add those and divide by 2. Okay. And then my y's are -2 and 5 divided by 2. Okay, so even though we're writing it like this, where it's got a comma, just so you know, you cannot type a comma into the calculator. I'll show you what happens if you try. Okay, so if I wanted to do it like this, error, okay? You can't type it like this. You have to do it separately. So I'll do my 9 plus 6 divided by 2 first. Oh, that's a fraction. If you want to get it out of fraction form, just hit math, go to decimal. Okay, so that gives me 7.5. And then -2 plus 5 divided by 2. And let's get our decimal. And that's my midpoint. Okay, the next question wants us to find the end point if we're given this endpoint at 2, 1 and a midpoint of 8, 8. Alright, so for problems like this, you want to create an X and Y table that has 3 slots. Okay, the endpoint is going to go at the top. Midpoint always needs to go in the middle since it's in between the two endpoints. Okay? And then we're just going to do like you probably did in Algebra 1, where we count our change in x. So from 2 to 8, I'm adding 6. So I do that again. From -1 to 8, I'm adding 9. So I do that again. And my other endpoint is at 1417. If you want to double check, you can always go back and treat these 2 points like your endpoint and then use the midpoint formula. So for example, okay, 14 plus 2 divided by 2 gives me 8, and -1 plus 17 divided by 2 gives me 8. So I know I did it correctly.